You ask.
Okay.
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay then. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Today's hadith.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Now today's hadith is a hadith that goes hand in hand with another hadith that we know. And that hadith is, remember, when our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that you do small things, but you do it consistently.
Istiqamah.
Yes. Istiqamah is the part. So it accompanies that hadith, because this is him telling us when we do something, we don't go overboard. You don't go to the point where you're not enjoying it anymore, right? So let one pray as long as one feels fresh, but when one slackens or becomes tired, then one must stop. One must stop. And in another hadith, he said it was transmitted through another chain. He said you should sit down. You should sit down. Not in this case because Zainab was going to the extreme. No, she actually tied a rope between two pillars, and then when she was tired, she hung onto it. That was how they were
much
doing.
they do the ibadah.
How much they do the ibadah. So I was thinking, okay, so basically the thing is consistency. Consistency is, I think, key when we do ibadah. Not so much how immense the ibadah is or how intense we want it to be, but that it has to be consistent. That's one, inshallah.
Inshallah, may Allah make it easy for us.
Ameen. All right. So we're just going to do a little run through with what we did before. I hope this spelling is okay, right? Diminutive. There was an error in spelling, the English spelling. So we talked about how to make an isim, because when we talk about tasghir, it is about isims. We don't talk about fi'ils. So we have three main patterns. Do you remember the patterns? Yeah, I know. Okay, so
I know fu'ail.
Yes, fu'ail is our favorite.
Only one.
Yes. Then we have
fu'ail.
Fu'ail. Yes, fu'ail. Yes. This is for the four, when we have four letters. Yes. The addition is that the letter after the ya tasghir has a kasrah. Yes, so it's fu'ail. And then of course we have this. We have with another and we can see a second ya tasghir. Okay, so what is important is this, yes. The musaghah is the one that we make, musagharah is the one that we make tasghir, yes. So the first kalimah is the one that is madmumah, the one with the dhamma, yes. And the second half, the second letter will have the fathah. It's always with a fathah, yes. And then we have the ya tasghir here, and it will always be the third letter.
And with the sukun.
Yes, with the sukun.
Harfan, is it?
Harfan, silasan. Salisan, this is mausuf sifah, so the second, the third letter, sorry. The third letter.
Okay, fil kalimati. Okay.
Fil kalimati, in the word. The kalimah is word.
The third letter in the kalimah.
Okay. So when we talk about three letter isims, yes, then we use fu'ail. We don't need to use, what was it just now?
Fu'ail.
Fu'ail and fu'ail. So only for the three letters one. So we have our rajul, becomes rajul, nahru or nahri or nahra, nuhail, jabal, jubail. So standard. Then we will also, if you remember the last session that we had, whatever we make tasghir from, yes, it should be from the original letters, because some words the Arabs change the letter in that word from its original meaning, because the root letters convey the meaning, but sometimes they change the letter the root letter. So we need to be careful. We need to look up certain words. We are for sure we know what the root letters are, but some words like this, for example, syafatun, yes, originally actually it's a ha, it's not a ta. So when we make tasghir for this, we go back to the original. Yeah. So it will become shufaiha. Yeah. Remember but the tama buta is still there because this is the feminine form.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the feminine form. So we add back the tama buta. Shatun, actually the original word is shahun, but because it is feminine, it becomes shuwaihatun. Yeah, shuwaihatun. Yeah, because the letter here,
wow is there.
yeah.
Okay.
So these are things that we need to look out for our 3-letter friend. Okay, then. Now, when we come to the 4 letters, we have an additional thing. We had just now, what was it? The first letter with the toma, and then we have the second letter
with the fatha.
And the third with the ya tasghir. But with the rubai, the letter that follows the ya has kasra. Yes.
So fu'ai.
Yeah, fu'ai. So here are the rules. Here's the extra here. Yes. And this is what happens. Yes, we have musayyid because of that. This one, the last line. Yeah. Munaizil. Yeah.
So this 4 letter is 4 letter with the meme, right? It's not just the root letter, not the 4 root letters. Okay.
No, yeah, we understood this, right? Isim rubai does not mean the root letters are 4, but the whole isim is 4 letters. Okay. So yes, so Ja'far, Ju'aifir. Yeah. So, okay, now we go to Humasi. With Humasi, they say you drop a letter. Remember this? They said drop a letter. You have to go back to the 4-letter word. So we have the same rules that we did before, but
which letter we drop? The other day, I think I was not in the class. I was going on and off.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. Yeah. So which letter do we drop? The one, usually the last one, if it's mujarrad. Yes, but if it's mazid fi, you remove the letters that are extra. Yeah. So if mujarrad, we drop the last letter.
Okay, this one.
So we don't look at lam, we just look at this, and then we make tasghir here.
Sufai read. Is it?
So sin is the first letter, so that would be su. The ain is fa, so it's sufa, and then ra, ya comes first, and then ra. Sufai rijal, is it? Yeah.
Sufai Jun or Jan, yeah.
Sufairi. Sufairij. Yeah, Sufairiju or Sufajaji depends on the era.
You remove the last letter, is it?
Yes, they remove the lam. Yeah, so don't get this lam confused with that lam, because the lam that we're looking at is actually jim.
Yeah.
So Sufairi. This is the Sufairi.
The original word for this pairs, is it? What is this? With the lam.
With the lam is the pair. So this is a small pair. Okay.
So we remove the lam when you do the tasghir of this word.
For all the humasis. Yeah. The last letter, whatever the last letter may be. Okay. Because the lam now is no longer the 3rd root letter, you want to say, because for 4 root letters we have fa, ain, lam, right? So that's how it is. Okay. Then let's look at this. You have humasi. This is the one that I said that you drop the 4th one. This is for mazid fi. Just now was mujarrad. Yeah. Because all the letters that you saw just now was for the word pair, right? So this is extra. So you drop the ones that is what you add basically. So in this case, nun. Yeah, in qalaba alif nun. Yeah. Muntalik, yeah, muntalik, because we're looking at, so we only have mim, ta, lam, and kaf, and then we treat it like we would with the rubai.
Mutailik.
Mutailik, or the second pattern is
Mutailik.
mutailik. Yeah, mutailik. So the same with this, we remove the extras. Yes, we're looking at mustaghfir. Mustaghfir. This is the body. This is the isim, right? And then we look
Which
at.
isim do we take? It's like
In
isim
this
fa'il?
case, we can take isim fa'il. Yeah, we can take isim fa'il. Because the normally is the doer, but we also can take isim maf'ul. It's also still an isim. Yeah, but normally you make one from a file, from a person. But we can also make it from a partner. Yeah, from what I see, mostly file. Mughayfir, mughayfir. Yeah, mughayfir, mughayfir. So that's how we do it for humasi. And then we have another special case. Do you remember this one? When it ends with alif and noon. Yeah. So we have to look at it, look at the letters before alif and noon. Okay, so how do we see this? When there is 4 letters before alif and noon, so what do we do? Like this one. Ra, 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 ra. Za. My eyes today, case. My 10 o'clock eyes.
You have your glasses?
No, I don't know where they are still.
Still not yet.
No, I don't know.
It's already more than a week, right?
I think I need to
1
go and
week.
make another pair. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So when it's 4, we go back to the rules for 4. Yes. So it is Zurai, Firan. Yeah. So we just look at this and we do for this part here first, and then we add back
the
okay. So when this is for the ones with 4 letters before alif nun, we don't find many words that way. Yeah, mostly what we will look at is this, when there are 3 letters before alif nun. Yes, but in this case, we have 2 ways of treating it depending on the harakah of certain things. Okay, let's have a look. So when the jamak taksir of the word does not have a ya. Remember this? The broken plural of the word does not have a ya. So the word that we were looking at was the name. Still goes back to person. Yeah. So Osman. Osman, yes, we have 3 letters before alif and nun. Yeah. So but there is no broken plural that has a ya in it. So in this case, we can do just like we did for the 5 the 4 letter one. Yeah. So it usaim, and then we add the alif nun. Okay. So we add that usaim. Of course, there is no kasrah here lah, yeah, because of the alif nun. But if there is, and why we have this difference is if there is the ya, there is the ya, yes, in the jamak taksir. Yeah, the word that we looked at last week was sultan. So many sultans. What are many sultans? Many sultans is salatin. Yeah, salatin. So your jamak taksir has a ya. So in this case, you don't add alif nun. You can't. Yeah. Because of the ya. So it becomes sulaitin. Yeah, sulaitin. Yeah. So
we cannot make it like Sulatan, cannot.
Sulatan, it doesn't go, right? Where is your ya tasghir? No, it's not there. So that's what makes it not. Okay, so that's what we did last week. So now we're going to start on a new and final topic in Sarf, which is a nasab. And this is going to take us quite a while. So I hope we can do this by tonight, inshallah. So what is nasab in Sarf? Have you sat down and have you had a session about this before?
I think Sister Adila did, right?
Okay, all right.
The one.
So this is revision, basically, yeah. for you?
I don't remember. Let me check. Does she have? Okay, go ahead. I think I'll see what. I don't remember everything I learned.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't remember everything. So
No, actually, I said to someone, I think I forget more things than I remember. Okay. And she was
that
nodding
means
away.
we have to keep learning. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it is, and yeah, we cannot stop learning.
Yeah, not the mind stops. Nasuba yansubu. This is karuma. Yes. So yansibu.
Yeah.
Yes. It has two mudarics, yansubu and yansibu. Yeah. So it is karuma, but with
Karuma yakrumu. Yes, and yansibu must be
which family is that?
hasiba.
But this is
Hasiba, right?
nasuba. But this is nasuba.
So
So
the mudare has two.
it has two, yansubu and yansibu, for this particular
But the
word.
Madi is same.
Yeah, the same.
Oh,
Nasuba. There's only
okay.
one Madi. So anyway, to relate, to link the meaning. Yeah. So nasab is to relate or to link. So you look at the plural of nasab. This is actually is it the master? It's ansab. Yeah, ansab.
Ansab.
Actually, it's not the master. I think the master is something else. But this is one of those isims with the root letters. Yeah. So ma huwa an-nasab? What is actually a nasab? Yeah. So it's when you want to say that someone or something is from this country or from that town. Yeah. They belong to something. Yeah. So this is why we say it's a relationship, because they belong to something. And some people say this is like an idafa as well. Yeah. We also sometimes use it when we want to make nasab for a grandfather, al-Bakri, or for a job, al-Masfri. Yes, that means the father of someone. Yeah, a banker. You know, this job is this is what this person does. So it's like something that belongs to him. Yeah, in a way. So this is how a nasab is used. More formal translation here. The most important purpose behind an-nasab is so that we can make ijaz and ikhtisar. Okay, so what is ijaz and ikhtisar? So just now we said, what did we say just now? Hold on, let me go back to that.
The relationship and the
yes, you don't want to say something long, right? Let's say, for example, instead of saying this is a man from the Tamim tribe, okay, they say this is a Tamimi man. Yeah, so
like
this
Malaysian, no?
Yeah.
We are not need to say we are from Malaysia, we say Malaysian.
Yes.
Something like that.
So that's the English version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The en or the ian. How it goes.
Yes.
So now, ijaz, what is the difference between ijaz and ikhtisar? Yeah. So ijaz is actually your master from family 4. Yes. It's to be concise. Yes, to be concise. You want to get straight to the point. Yeah, we don't want to say this is the man from Tam and so on and so forth, or he came from behind the hill, something like that. So we just want to be concise. This man is a Malaysian. Okay, as you said. Ikhtisar is to shorten, of course. Yes, when you are concise, you automatically shorten things. Yeah, you don't become wordy, la 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 la. You just replace the whole thing with one word, and it's understood that man is from Tamil. So that is ijaz and ikhtisar. So this is the main reason why we have nasab. Yes, in the Arabic language. In the English language, I don't know the equivalent for this actually. Yeah.
In English?
Yeah, don't know what word they use for it.
Yeah, it's just I mean I don't know if they have. I'm not that.
But it is there in the Arabic language, and for those reasons, alhamdulillah. So how do we make nasab? We know how to make tasghir, yeah, just now.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I get these two mixed up, and I put in the dhamma in front for some odd reason when I want to make nasab. Yes.
Become nusaid.
Yeah, something like that. So instead of masri, I will say musairiyun or something like that.
Misriyun. Misriyun.
Yeah. So
From Masir. Okay.
we're already talking about that.
This
This is the example, of course, because my ustad is
is
Egyptian.
Misr.
So he went straight for Misr. Okay. So what's happening here? Yeah, what's happening with this word and this word? Okay. So actually we have the word. This is the place, Misr. And what we did was we add a kasrah to the third letter. Yes. And we add ya
Ya.
shadda. It's ya shadda. Ya mushaddadah. Oh, yeah. We don't add just ya because then that would confuse it with ya mutakalim. So the Arabs were quite smart. We're not going to put ya for this. We're going to put a shadda. So it's masri. Yeah, it's not just masri, but it's masri. Yeah, it's a ya.
The nabar.
The nabar is there. So this ya we call ya an-nasab. Yeah. Okay. So that's the two steps that we take. So now, if you notice, our i'rab now doesn't rely on the last letter of the original word. Yes, it relies on the ya nasab. So you would have something like haza masriyun. Yeah, this is an Egyptian. Ra'aitu masriyan. Yeah, I saw an Egyptian. Or maybe zahabtu ila masriyin. Yes. So how do we translate it? Zahabtu ila, I'm going to Egypt. Yeah, something like that. So it changes with the ya, not with the original letter in the word. Okay. So now we can do this also not with just with places, but with, like just now we saw, like with work, with jobs, right? So a from the word nahu, nahwiyun will be a scholar in nahu. Yeah, nahwiyun. We can also do this. Yeah. Or sarfiyun, like
So
we are now.
it is denoting a person, right? A person
that belongs to a group of people.
Is it the
In this case, a group of people, the ones who study Nahu.
An alim
This,
in Nahu.
and Sarf is Sarf. As long as you're belonging to something, like I say, it's like almost like an idafa, right? Yeah, a scholar of Nahu, for example, a scholar of Sarf, right? So that's why some people look at Nasab like they would an idafa. So that's interesting. We can also say something like from the word istifham. Yes, we can also say istifhami, meaning that this is the style, interrogative style. Okay, it belongs to that style. So we say istifhami, yeah, with a number. This tamabuta is, of course, when you want to address it in a feminine way. Yeah, masriya. For whatever reason in the sentence that you need to make it feminine, then you would add the tamabuta here. Okay, so this is quite straightforward. When we have letters like this, all sahih, yes, and there's no tamabuta or anything strange going on, so we do just this at the kasrah and ya nasab. So what happens though if we do have ta'tanis? Yeah, how do we treat the nasab here? Okay, so when we do this, okay, we can't do what we think we can do. Why is my thing on a timer? Okay. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So we need to drop the ta'tanis. We need to nahzib the ta. And then summa nada'u, we put nasab.
Yes, so you put the ya nasab. Okay.
Okay.
So example.
Not ta nasab. Yes, ya nasab.
Ya nasab. Yeah.
Okay.
Makkata.
Yes, Makkah. Makkah. Yeah. Okay. So the instinct would be to make nasab Makkati. Yes. Wouldn't it? Yes, Makkati.
So we should not put that.
No,
we should remove the ta marbuta and maki.
Yes, and becomes makiyun. But if you want to say it as feminine, makiyah. Yes, that we have makiyah. The surah, when we have surah is feminine, right? So we would say makiyah. Yeah, surah makiyah. So that's what happened in our translation as well. Then there is Ghazah. Ghazah is also another place, if I'm not mistaken. So we do the same thing.
What is Ghazah?
Gaza is another name of another place in our city. Yeah, Ghaziyun, someone from that place.
Ghaziyun.
Ghaziyun, yeah, Ghaziyun. And then of course Basra, another place, yeah. Basriyun. This one, all the scholars from Basra, we call
And the
them Basri.
Kufiyun.
Yeah, there It's here, okay, from Kufa.
Kufa and Kufiyun.
Kufiyun, ha. So not that difficult, huh? Okay, finish with the place. Well, but this is also another one. Tree.
Shajara. Okay.
Mm.
Shajariyun.
Sajara, I don't think it's tree here. I think it's also another something or other. Something to do with
Shajara. Is it the one of the no? That is
this actually Sajari here is the name of one of their famous scholar. I'm not sure how. So Sajari.
Jazari. Jazari is there, right? Jazari.
And then this one that we are familiar with, Hanifa.
Hanifa. Okay, Hanafi. Yeah.
So we don't say Hanifati. So we don't say that. Yeah, we need to drop the tamabuta, and that's where we get Hanafi. And then if we want to make it feminine, it's Hanafiya. Yes, Hanafiya. So we don't say Hanafati. Yeah, we don't say Hanifati. Yeah. Here, there's something other things that's going on because there's this rule. Yes, the rule here, the qaid, fa'ilah becomes fa'ali. Yeah, so you see, yeah, it's not quite a straightforward thing like this one was sajara, and we have sajari. Yes, with the kasrah here, like the rules. We follow the rules here, but here something else is also happening. Because it was originally hani. Yes, this one was sajara. This one was makkah. There was no ya here. Yes, so something happens when you have things like this, when you have a vowel. Ku, but this one they maintain, yeah. Ku. This one they didn't, because I think these are the root letters. This is additional. This one, the wow belongs to the root letters, yeah. So we don't have strange things happening to it. But this one, yes. Yeah, fa'ila, fa'ali. This is the ruling for this sort of word form. Okay. So this is one exception to the usual things that we can do. So one difficulty, so to speak, if you want to call it that. The other one is this, when it ends with an alif. How do you make nasab with an alif? You know that alif and yas don't go together, right?
Like America.
Yeah, exactly. So what did they do? So we have to...
Ameriki.
So when the alif, yes, is the third letter in the isim. Okay, is that right? Is that what I'm saying?
إذا كان الألف هو الحرف الثالث في الاسم or
in the word, yeah, in the
word,
noun.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
So what we need to do is we need to change the alif into waw. It doesn't matter whether the alif came from a ya or a waw, whatever it is, you change it to a waw. Yeah. So the original might be ya, but you don't change it to ya. You still change it to a waw. Yeah.
Wow.
So for example, fata young man. Yeah. You change that alif to waw. Then only you make nasab. Put kasrah at the ya nasab. Fatawi. Yeah. So that is nasab. So it belongs to the group of youth or whatever. Riba, ribau, we change the alif to waw. It becomes ribawi. Yeah. So maybe you can make a sentence like he gave an example. Haza masrafi rabawi. Yeah. Haza masrafi rabawi.
What is the meaning of rabawi?
Rabawi is bank. Sorry, masrafi is bank. Rabawi is interest based, yeah, because it belongs to riba. Yes, from so when we say haza masrafi rabawi, it's like saying this is an interest-based bank, or this is a bank that deals with interest, things like that. Yeah. So they belong to that kind of bank. Yeah. Rabawi, Masrafi, Rabawi, they belong to that kind of bank. the ones that collect interest. Okay, things like that. Okay, so that's one. So we're still looking at about our alif maksur, right? So now, what happens when the alif is the fourth letter in the isim? Yes. Then we look at the second one. Okay. Wow. They think of everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. When the fourth letter is an alif, then we look at the second one. So why do we have to look at the second one? We have to see whether it has harakah or whether it has sukun. Okay. So one word, and there was only one example that was given, Canada. Because in the Arabic language, we hardly have any four letters with ends with an alif. So Canada was one. So when they said you look at Nanzur, we look at, Nanzur is to look at.
Yes. Second letter.
Yes, the second letter. So we look at the second letter here. Yeah, Canada. So this letter has harakah. There's a fatha on top of it. Yeah. So in this case, we drop the alif. Bonk. We drop the alif like this, Canada. And then, as you say, Canadi. Yeah, Canadi. So this is a person from Canada. He's Canadian. Okay. Now, what if this is not something with harakah? What if it's a sukun? So we have a different set of rules for this. Okay. So you can do two things. You can nahzif the thing, like we did with Canada, and then make nasab. Or you can change the alif to waw again. Yeah, you change the alif to waw again. So let's look at an example. Hubla. Hubla means pregnant person, pregnant lady. Yeah, hubla. It's like hamil. Yeah. What we do is the first choice to nasif like this, drop the alif, it becomes hub. And then we make nasab hubli. Yeah, hubli. So she belongs to a group of pregnant women. Okay, so hubli. Then the second choice is to do this. Yes, yeah. So this is yajuzu. You can do this. You can do that. Yeah, hubla, and then we change the alif to waw. It becomes hublu or hublau. Sorry, hublau. Sorry, hublawi. Yeah, hublawi. Yeah, got that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing is dunya. Dunya comes under this. So if it's dunya, what's the first option? We drop the alif on dunya. So what do you think it'll become?
Dunyawi. No.
Duni.
Oh, how can you drop if you do drop the ya alif maksura, is it?
No, you drop the alif. Okay, the alif you drop. So it becomes dunyi, dun, whatever it was. Yeah, it could be. But
Dunyi.
Then it becomes dunyi. Dunyi.
So many
Yeah,
yas.
because this ya is still there. So this ya is actually from the root letter. This ya is the one that you add.
Dunyi.
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 There's 3 yas there.
That's why it's so many yas.
Yes, dunyi. So when we dunyi, do we ever make this feminine? Dunyayi. Dunyawi, yeah. Sometimes we say that, yeah.
Dunyawi, right?
Dunyawi.
What belongs to the
Dunyawi. So this should be up here, right? Let me correct that. How do I correct it? When I do this, it will disappear.
You need to add the waw, right?
I have a new keyboard my daughter bought me.
Oh.
And so now, Dunyawi. Oh no, it is Dunyi.
Is it?
It's the next one that is, yeah. Hold on, let me go back again from current slide. Boop. Here we are. So in the first case, yes, because we are not used to it, this is something that rarely happens. Dunyi. Dunya. This is the one that we're looking at. When it changed to wow, then it becomes dunyawi. Yeah, dunyawi.
Second choice. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because after that, because this is wow, this is kasrah, right? So that's why you have to make that kasrah too. So this is the one that is the more common one. Dunyawi is the one that is the common. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So this is quite straightforward as well. Now, what happens next is when we look at the alif, and it is the fifth letter. Fasaidan is and more. Increasing number of letters. Yes. Okay. So nahzif alif. Only one. We have only one choice. Yes. For the word, for example, the word Mustafa. So we'll just drop the alif and then
Mustafa.
Mustafi. Yeah, Mustafi. Yeah. So Fasaidan is this one because it's this is 5. Can we think of a 6th one? Can't think of a 6th one. We have, but that's anything more than that. Then Faransa. Yes, we drop the alif. Yes, then it becomes
Faransi.
Yeah, so this is French. Yeah.
Oh,
and
French.
there you are. You're America. You're America. America. They don't have America. They have America. Okay.
American.
American. Yes, so that is American. Alhamdulillah. So that's with our alifs. Now, this other case is when there is a change inside the isim itself. Okay. Let's see what you mean by this. Tagayyir. Tagayyirat. Okay. So, all right. Let's look at this word. This word only comes, this is actually from the name of a person. So the ayn letter is maksur, it has kasrah. Then it is wajib to change that kasrah to fathah. Yeah. Until la tatawala kasratan. Okay. So let's have a look.
Wala. It's not. There's no 2 kasras. La tatawala.
Because why do we do this? Yes, because if not, we have 2 kasras, one following the other. So they don't like that. So that's why they make this letter up. If not, it will be like Maliki. Yeah, they somehow don't like Maliki. So it is, they change that to Malaki. Yeah, like this one, instead of Du'ili. Yeah, Du'ili, something like that. They make it a fathah. Du'ali. See, this is the wow. The Hamza sits on a wow, but we say Du'ali. Yes, because this wow is because of that. Yeah, but in this case, Du'i, it sits on a yeah, because of the kasrah here. So I guess this is what it means, but the kasrah is stronger. Du'i, Du'ali, Maliki. Yeah, so because they don't want the kasrah time to be one after another. Yeah, following. This is, you remember the word that tali, when you say jumlah tali? So this is from the same root letters, the jumlah that follows. Bagdaha was 1. Yes, another way of
talaha, right?
yes, right. So this comes from the same. So they do not want 2 kasrah to be one after another. Yeah, consecutive. So that's why they change it this way. So this is the name of a person. This is not the name of a person. Malaki. Yeah. So I just put down a note here. Abu Aswad Ad-Du'ali, this is his name, was the one who started the science of Nahu, the ilm of Nahu. Yeah, so that's one. All right. So this is another special case of nasab. So now, wow.
Yeah.
This is a pattern. This is a pattern that we need to look at. So when we have the ayn kalimah as sahih and the lam kalimah as sahih in this pattern, yeah, and there is no repetition, mudha'af, yeah, there's no repetition, then so that fa'innana, so indeed that we can drop the ya and make fatha of the half that comes after it. Okay, best to look at the word so we know what we're going. So the one that I am showing you is what we saw already. Yeah. So Hanifa is in this form. Fa'ila. Yes. Fa'ila. Yes. So when nun and fa, yes, this is your lam kalima is sahih. Your ain kalima is sahih. Yes. Nun and ain. Fa is lam. Yeah. Then what we do is we drop the ya in the pattern of fa'ila. Yes. And then we make nasab. Yes, this is what we did. So this is the rule for this pattern. We did it just briefly in the other slide, right? So, but now we're going down to the details of this particular case. Yeah. So you have to look at the word, which pattern it fits in. In this case, we will drop the ya. Yeah. And then this one becomes fatha. Ana, fi. Okay. So same thing here, but now the ain and lam kalimah are mudha'af. So what do we do now? In this case, like daqiqah, it's still same pattern, but now we have kaf and kaf. There's mudha'af. So in this case, we don't drop the ain. Yeah? We maintain the ain. Daqiq. So it doesn't become Hanafi. Yeah? It doesn't become naqi. Yeah? Because there's two kaf here. So we have to maintain the yeah. So what happens if the ain kalima is a half ilah? This one is a half ilah. Yes, like tawilah. Tawilah. See, the ain kalima is a waw, which is a vowel. Tawil. We also don't drop the ya. Yeah, we just maintain tawili. Tawili. Yeah. Just we need to remember that when we talk about ya nasab, it is always with a shadda, so that we know that it is not ya mutakallim. Yeah. Okay. Then we have ya in fu'ail. 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 Remember, that's why I get very when it is already tasghir. So how do we make nasab for it? Yes, when it's tasghir. Fu'aili. Becomes we don't drop the ya, we maintain it, Zudaina, and then become Zudaini. Yeah, very simple. Yeah, we just take we make this kasrah like we normally do when we do nasab. So waradat kalimat bihazif ya ma'an al-haf al-akhir sahih. Okay. So what happened to the Arabs? We already have a rule here. Yes, Fu'ail, Quraysh, but no, they did not leave the ya alone, they dropped it. Okay, so they call Kurushi.
Kurushi? Not Qurayshiyun? No. So the ya is taken out.
Yeah, they actually dropped it. Although the rule that the ulama said is this, yes, but actually the Arabs, I mean, remember the scholars make rules based on what they see, yes. So some things that they see don't follow what the rules that they make. So this is the one case, yes. When we have tribes, when we talk about tribes, the Arabs tend to not want the yas in it. Okay, so when we talk about Quraysh, when we want to make fu'ail the nasab, then they just drop the ya, so it becomes Kurshi. Yeah, Kurshiyun. Yeah, Kurshiyun. This is another tribe, Huzai. This is also another big tribe in the Arab Peninsula, but they don't say Huzai, yeah, but they say Huzali. Huzali. Okay. And the other one is when you have a muqtal. Yeah, when we have a muqtal, the lam kalimah is muqtal. Then what we do is, yes, the ending, lam kalimah is your nakis. Yeah. Qusay, yes. what we do is we nahzif the ya, yeah, which
Mm.
belongs to the muqtal one. Then we naklib it, we change it, the lam to a waw. Yes, the lam muqtal to a waw. So what happens is, first we drop what was originally in the root word, and then we change what is left, yes, to a waw, and then we say kusawi. Kusawi. Because we have two yas there. So the first one we drop, the second one we change to wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. All of this, we can't, of course, remember everything, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So we just need to know that there's something like this somewhere in my notes. But this is something that happens. I mean,
But
if
then if we make the sentences, yes, right, we have to use all these. But then if we are just understanding the Quran, I think we don't need, right? It's already there.
yeah, it is already there.
Yeah,
But there's something, when you talk about the Quran, there's something nice coming up.
yeah, that's right.
I need to finish this off first before we do the something nice. Did we do this just now for Ayla?
No.
No. No. So this is the same case.
الكلمة الصحيحة واللام الكلمة الصحيحة والعين غير
غير مضاعف.
I think
So
you
there's no.
did. No?
Yeah,
Okay.
no. But in this case, the pattern is with a fu. I think the original one was. What was the first one?
Yeah.
I think
It was not the Dhamma. I think it was not Dhamma.
Yeah, it was fa. Yeah? So this one is now
Fu. Fu'aila.
Fu'aila. Okay. So this is Fu'aila. But in this case, we maintain, we drop the ya as well, just like we did with Hanafi. Yeah, we just drop with Hanafi. So it becomes Juhani. Yeah, this one also Quradi. Yeah, so these are all names of Arabic tribes. They don't seem to like extra yas, except for the ya that we have to put because it means nasab. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Now, then we look at nasab with broken plurals. What do we do with broken plurals? Do we make it singular back and then only we make nasab? You know, just like we did with tasghir. Or how? How does it go? So the scholars say easier to handle the mufrad version. Okay, easier to handle the mufrad version. So we'll go back to the mufrad. So instead, we have, let's say, for example, tulab. Yeah, we don't say tulabi, but this is allowed with the Kufis. The Kufi says, no, fine, you can do it, no problem. But the Basriyun says no. We deal with the mufrad. Yeah, so you have two versions here.
Two opinions.
You can do the Kufian style, which is easier for us because they always do the easier thing, right? Or you can follow the Basriyun. You know, they are more orthodox and they are more, you know, so they say, no, you go back to the mufrad and then only you make a nasab. Yes. So same here. Madaris, madrasah, they say go back to your singular. But the Kufian said, no, okay, fine. Just work with the plural, no problem. Yeah, madarasi. Yeah, something that we know. Dual, daulah, dauli, duali. Yeah, they say it's fine. We can just stick to the plural. Okay. But sometimes what happens is, right, you have a name of a country. Right, name of a country, and that name is in a plural form. Okay, so maybe a country called Flowers, something like that. Okay, not flower but flowers. That
in
country.
dual form, is it?
Not dual form. In plural form. Flowers.
Plural
Okay.
form.
Plural
If it's
form.
dual form, is Bahrain.
That's one. Okay, yeah.
That's dual. If it is.
So how would we say Bahraini? Is it? Would you do that? Which rules that it follow? Oh my goodness.
I'll just put a ya there at the back.
I think I'm going to have to go through all the rules and see which pattern it falls under, which
Yeah.
category it falls under. So anyway, if the country's name is something that is plural, then don't change it because that's the name. Okay, yeah. So it's not, that's the name. So we leave
Just
it.
leave it like that.
Right. We treat it like a mufrad. We treat it like a mufrad. Yeah.
Kalau itu jamu
So for example, Algiers, yeah, Aljazair. Algiers actually means an island. Yes, it comes from the word Jazira.
Jazira.
And it is the Jama of Jazira. Yeah, islands. I suppose Algeria will be like Indonesia, lots of islands for me. Yeah, so that's why.
To Indonesia.
So that's why it's Aljazair, which is actually plural for Jazira. But we stick to the because it's a name. Yeah, it's a name. That's how. Okay. Now we get to the interesting part. Oh no, the shaza. We always have shazas. Yes, we know this. Things that break away. Yeah. So this one, they've actually added the zal. I don't know where the zai comes from because the original work does not have. So this is something that they do. Yes, this is just something. Oh, it sounds better. Yeah. So razi. So although the original is arai, but they have this araizi for some reason. Yeah. So this is the zai.
Oh, that's the name of the Arazi.
Arazi. Is it? Who is it?
Yeah, the Mufassir. One of the Mufassir.
Okay. So this zai is added, but it's irregular. It doesn't follow any pattern. Yeah. So ilaiha. So when you make nasab from on it, yeah, then it becomes this. This one as well. Yes. Badawi. This one must be our ex-prime minister. So they didn't follow any pattern. The alif was not changed, was not kind of like dropped, and then the ta disappears. So they didn't follow anything in particular. And this one they even add nun and ya. Yeah. So this was just random, absolutely random. But this is how they say it when they want to make nasab. Yeah. This one as well, tahtani, another one, another way of doing it. Similar to that. Yes, it looks similar, right? It is actually fauqa. They add an alif here, and then they have it's like an ani that they add to it. Yeah, ani. But this I have to have this. There's actually shadda there. Yeah.
Yeah, the ma'ani al-Quran.
Ma'ani al-Quran.
You know the ma'ani. The application.
Okay.
The website.
Al-Ma'ani.
Dictionary. Dictionary.
Al-Ma'ani. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know how it looks like now, right? The nasabs. Basically, we have the kasra, and then we have the ya shadda. Yeah. Mushaddada. Yeah, mushaddada. Sorry, that's easier. But there are sometimes they make nasab with other patterns. We saw this before. Yeah. I think even tasghi, when it means tasghi, but it doesn't look like a tasghi, is it? I can't remember which. And so we have nasab where it doesn't follow the normal pattern, but we can take it as nasab because of the meaning. Okay. So what's this? So there are other types of seal, of patterns that we can look at as nasab. So what does this mean? Okay. So the first pattern is fa'ala. Fa'ala. Yes. This we can take it as nasab, and we normally apply it to what we call hirfa. Hirfa is this, yes, something that you do with your hands. Yeah, it's usually a job. If it's a job, then it is something that you do with your hands. Yeah, so we'll see an example of this. So fa'ala is also, if you remember, is an isim. What type of isim? Yes, that's right. It's mubalagha. So there is one interesting example that I will show you. Then the other pattern is fa'il, and it does nasab when we talk about something that is owned by somebody. Yeah. So this fa'il is an owner of something. So that's that sense of belonging again, like an idafa. Yeah. my car of mine. So this is why they take fa'il pattern to also mean nasab. Yes. So denoting the owner of something. So let's look at the examples. So here is fa'ala. Lil dalalah means for the meaning, yeah, for the meaning of nasab. Take another wazn. This wazn fa'ala has the meaning of nasab. Sometimes, yeah, ahyana. Fa'ala. So the job that I said, usually for things that we do with the hands. So we have something, whoops, oh, it's turned. Okay, hadad comes from the word hadid. Yes, hadid is your
Hadid,
iron. Yeah, so this is your blacksmith. Yeah? He obviously uses his hand.
Totally different. Eh? I mean, it doesn't have the ya and all that.
But this is because we use this pattern. Yeah, hadad, hadad. So this is
but it's
blacksmith.
also nasab.
Yes, it has the meaning of nasab. Yes,
Okay.
a person who is who's skilled at doing ironworks. Najjar, carpentry. Yes, carpentry. Nahas, yes, is the one who does things with coppersmith, copper tooling, I suppose. Bakar is a man who deals with groceries and stuff like that. Yes, who sells. And then Hazar is a shoemaker. Yeah, shoemaker. This is a bit, maybe we don't look at it as a craft, right? We don't look at it as a, but we can look at it as a job. Yes. So that's where this other example comes in. This is from the Quran. Yeah, from the Quran. So see the pattern. Zallam, zallam. Yeah, fa'al. Yeah, fa, ain with the shadda, lam, apa, fa'al, alif, and lam. So zallam. So the meaning of this verse, yes, wama ana bizallamin bil abid. This is Allah saying to us. Yeah? The word will not be changed with me, and never will I be unjust to the servants. This is the translation. Never will I be unjust to the servants. Okay. So this word actually, there's a lot of debate on what it is actually. Okay. Some people say it is sirah mubalaghah. Okay. When if we were to follow them and say, yeah, it is sirah mubalaghah, what do you think is the problem with the meaning in this ayat? So if it is sirah mubalaghah, they say, whether it's sirah mubalaghah or is it mansub ila zoom? Yeah, mansub, not the sod, yeah, mansub as in sid, mansub ila zoom. That means the nasab for zoom, yeah. So
Mansub,
not the mansub as nasab, as in ja, rafa, and nasab. Yeah, this mansub is your sin, which is your nasab.
yeah, that is sad.
So the one that is made nasab, yeah, because from the word zoom. Yeah? So that's where we have the zalam pattern. Remember, we said that we can make mansub with that pattern. Yeah, from this one, fa'ala, yes, okay. So here is this as well. Where was I? Yeah, so this one, zalam mim kan, fa'ala is, then it becomes this one, zalam, yeah, zalam. Zalam and mim, you put in fa'ala pattern, it becomes zala. Yeah, zala. So if it's sirah mubalaghah, right? What's the problem with this? If we were to take it as sirah mubalaghah,
the meaning will be meaning very extremely wrong, right?
yeah, something that extreme. Yes.
Oh, then I'm not sure.
A lot. Yeah. The word ma. The problem is with the ma.
Wama ana bizallamin. I am not at all, right? the ma here will be not at all.
Never will I be. Yeah, betul lah, not at
Ah,
all. Yes, be unjust to my
mm,
servants. But when you put it in this form, in a sila mubalaghah form, yes, okay, what happens is, hold on, okay, sorry. I'll just explain what this is. The normal way, if it is nasab, if it is nasab, then it's the man who makes zom, just like the man who makes shoes or crafts or iron. Yeah, so this is quite straightforward lah. Yeah, when we say zalam, we are talking about the one who commits zom. Yeah, the one who commits zom. So that's straightforward. But if we say this, then what we have, or what makes the problem is because of the negation. Okay. So when you make nafi with a sigha mubalaghah, yeah, it means basically you are making nafi for the big thing, the extreme thing. Yes, but not for the small zones, not for the small zones, because that's effectively what we're saying. It's like when you say, when you say, I don't eat much. When you say, because we say that if we take it as Singapore Mubala, we're talking about something that is a lot, right? That is really intense, that is really strong, right? So when you say that, so you're not being intense about this. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't do it at all. Yes, that's the implication here. So it's like when you say, I don't eat much, because I eat much is the one without the negation. I eat a lot. Yeah, I'm a big eater. Yes. But then when you put yes, that's mubalaghah. So when you put I don't eat much, yes, doesn't mean that you don't eat at all. So I don't do much wrong to my servant, but doesn't mean that I don't do any wrong. Yeah. So that's what that's the problem with using sigha mubalaghah here. Yeah. So it's like saying I do not do much injustice to my slave. Yeah, which does not mean I don't do injustice. That means I do. It's just that I don't do much. Yes, so that's where it's not befitting of Allah to say that. Yes, so that's why there is argument whether this is sigha mubalaghah or not. Yeah. So zalam, there's another way of looking at zalam. Yes, this is one who makes the shoes or crafts. Zalam also means when, how do you say? It's just saying that this matches the number of people there is, or the things that people do, because there's so much of his creation, right? So much of his creation, there's so much of his subjects and his servants. So that means you can imagine that there's a lot of zoom going on. Yeah, there's a lot of zoom going on. So another way of looking at it is that, I'm not going to do zalam because there's so many of you. Yes, that's another take on it. That's another argument on it. But what we are looking at is actually this one. Yeah, when we're saying that it is not sigha mubalaghah, but it is more of a mansub ila zom. Yeah, the one who makes zom. Very simple. How do you say? A very simple interpretation, and it doesn't go against the attribute of Allah. Yeah, because then I'm just not a person who does zom. Straightforward. So that's nice, interesting. Because sometimes we read the Quran, we don't really, when we don't know the sarf, yes, we don't know the implication. We just don't know, we don't know the meaning. Yeah. Okay, alhamdulillah. So the other one was isim fa'il. This one is very straightforward, nothing heavy for you to remember. So sometimes we say tamir. Yes, tamir is someone who sells or own dates. Yeah, you have to own the date to sell it. So maybe so ba'i ut, no, ba'i ut tamir.
Ba'i'ut tamar.
Tamar, okay, tamar, okay. So this is a seller of dates. Yeah. So this is according to my ustad, this is something that was done long ago. Yeah. And this name was given to those people who did sell dates, but nowadays they don't do that anymore. But nevertheless, because it was something that was common back then, it's become a famous name in Egypt. It's a common name like John Smith, well, John Richard or something like that in England. In Egypt, Tamir is one of those names. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So you'll find a lot of Egyptians with this name, apparently. That's what he told us. Yeah. So what was the form just now? Isim fa'il that we can use a nasab. And the other one was the sigha mubalagha, which was fa'al. Fa'al. Yeah, fa'al. So Alhamdulillah, we have finished our Sarf for this year. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay then. So I will not keep you. It's already 10:13, and this is brother. My brother Abu will complain. Yeah, Sister Zuraidah.
No, he's watching.
He's watching what?
He's watching movie in his phone.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, subhanallah wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Barakallahu fiki. Thank you for joining. So, inshallah, Amin wa yaki. I will see you when we start Surah Yasin, inshallah. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Always the sweetest.